Happy Sunday to everyone. Welcome to our worship service for this Sunday. And we are glad once again to worship the Lord, even though we are under the extended enhanced community quarantine. But we are happy to praise the Lord for this Sunday. And our message for this Sunday is entitled Being Cared For. During these moments of circumstances that we are in, we are longing for somebody or for someone who can extend their caring for us. And for our message for today, we will be talking about how the Lord taking good care of His people. In Psalms chapter 46, verses 1 to 11, but I want to read only verses 1 to 3 and 8 to 11. It says here, God is a refuge and a strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth will give way and the mountains fall into the hearts of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. In verse 8, come and see the Lord, what the Lord has done. The desolate has been sought on the earth, had been brought on the earth. He makes war cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spears. He burned the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is within us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. On this text in Psalms chapter 46, the psalmist was being assured of how the Lord will continue His countenance and His comfort and His guidance and caring for His people. Given the dire language of its introduction, this psalms was likely written during the significant crisis. But which crisis? Many scholars believe that it occurs during the reign of Hezekiah, when the Assyrian army had surrounded Jerusalem. The situation looked dismal for God's people. They were surrounded by their enemies and they were captured within the city. But the city had two advantages. The Assyrian knew nothing of that two advantages. Hezekiah had protected the spring of Gihon, located outside the city, by tunneling through the stone to the water source. Then he concealed the spring. This life-giving spring may be the inspiration of the line. There is a river whose streams make glad to the city of God. In Psalms chapter 46 verse 4. Most important, however, the psalmist knew the ultimate source of the city's safety. Jerusalem enjoyed the presence of the one true God. His miraculous intervention on behalf of the city meant that they had only be still and await His deliverance. He is the life-sustaining spring. During this significant crisis of the Israelite, through Hezekiah's kingship, and under the suppression and invading army of the Assyrians, they remain still and quiet. In verse 10 it says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. This spring that had been concealed through tunnels by Hezekiah became their source of safety, their source of confidence. It is the symbol of God's miraculous intervention on behalf of the city. And this means that they had only to be still and await of His deliverance. God taking good care of His people. A feeling of being cared for and supported can help sustain us when we are facing a challenge. So I encourage each and every one of us today, Christians, to take good care of one another as God taking good care of us. You will become His strongholds, His challenge in times of this difficult crisis. An awareness of God's presence and support can especially bring hope to encourage our spirit. COVID-19 downing our spirit, but through our support to each other, taking good care of each other, it will become an avenue for us into our awareness of God's presence and support, especially during this crisis, to bring hope and encouragement to our spirit. Mahigit na pong isang buwan itong community quarantine po natin. Extended. At hindi po natin, uncertain pa po kung hanggang kailan po itong quarantine na ito. But I am encouraging one another as we are facing this difficult challenge. Let us remain in our hope, in our faith, and in love to God, and to make use of it and extend our care to one another. That is especially bringing hope and encourage our brethren in their spirits. In Psalms chapter 46, a favorite of many people going through trials, reminds us, sabi doon, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. And be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted on the earth. The Lord God Almighty is with us. God is taking good care of His people. And as a people of God, being taken care by God, it is my responsibility, and it is my ministry, it is my mission to taking good care also of one another. Reminding ourselves of God's promises and His presence with us can be a means to help renew our hearts and give us the courage and confidence to go through hard times. Ito po yung magre-remind sa atin sa presence ng ating Panginoon that during these circumstances of our lives, it is our means to help renew our hearts and give us the courage and confidence to go through these hard times. Taking care of one another is a ministry God wants for us to display during these circumstances. COVID-19 had been challenging, but had also presented opportunities. What is the opportunities? Number one, knowing our neighbors, perhaps for the first time. Ito po yung pagkakataon para makilala po natin yung neighbors natin. Who are our neighbors? Diba? And COVID-19 had been challenging, but had also this, presented opportunities. Sabi doon, what is beautiful is that people are perhaps knowing their neighbor for the first time. After all, even when COVID-19 disappeared, there will be still plenty of isolated people. The difference will be that others will know them and know each other. Ito po yung magiging consolation po natin. Diba? COVID-19 is present, and even though it will disappear, ang hindi po mawawala, nakilala po natin kung ano yung mga kapitbahay po natin. Diba? Who are your neighbors? And your neighbors are your responsibility to taking good care of. Perhaps this is for the first time we know our neighbors. COVID-19 has let us see what vibrant community can do. It also reminded us of how much our own community mean to us. Kaya nga enhanced community quarantine. It teaches us a presentation on how, and it reminded us on how much our community mean to us. Ang ganda pong tignan yung mga nagtutulungan. Bayanihan ang tawag ng IATF sa circumstances natin ngayon. Diba? Tinawag nilang bayanihan. It is because we are in our community. What our own community mean to us. Reminded us that this vibrant community is our neighbor. Diba? Taking good care for them as the Lord had taken good care for us. Let us extend to our neighbors. Let us know our neighbors perhaps for the first time. Diba? Ang nangyayari po ang mundo na wala po sa atin yung neighboring, di ba? It is because we are focused on our day-to-day basis, day-to-day works, day-to-day challenges. At kahit nagsasalubong tayo ng neighbors natin, hindi natin alam, hindi natin sila kilala. Diba? And perhaps, this is the moment, the precious moment that COVID-19 presented this opportunity for us. What is beautiful is that people are perhaps knowing their neighbor for the first time. Taking good care of their neighbor for the first time. Diba? Extending help for other people for the first time. The Lord declares that be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted on the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. Being cared for, ito po, we are presented an opportunity. The opportunity is, number 2, needing more than Zoom can offer. Needing more than Zoom can offer. Mahilig po tayo, lahat tayo may camera. Nagpipicture tayo kahit malayo tayo, zinuzoom natin yung image na yon para mapalapit tayo. Pero virtual zooming lang yon. At hindi tayo lumalapit sa kanila. Needing more than Zoom can offer. Diba? The enhanced community quarantine, sabi nila meron tayong social distancing. Diba? While social distancing measures mean we are cut off from physical spaces, the crisis has nevertheless triggered a mass reneighboring. Alam po ninyo, dati hindi tayo nakikipagkapit-bahay, di ba? Yun po yung for the first time nakikilala natin yung kapitbahay natin. COVID-19 and social distancing re-trigger the re-neighboring attitude of us, allowing us to reach out and connect with people in our community in ways that previously felt risky or uncomfortable. Diba? Yun po yung nag-trigger mo na sa atin. Needing more than Zoom can offer. Needing more than Zoom can offer. The Israelites were in the circumstances, in a situation that they were being attacked, surrounded by the Assyrians. But they had their confidence in God. Diba? At yung advantage nila, hindi alam ng mga Assyrians. Hezekiah take good for that advantage. Diba? So hindi sila natakot at hinintay nila yung tulong ng Panginoon. And during this moment, nakita nila yung pangangailangan nila ng tulong na manggagaling lang sa Diyos. Kaya nga sabi doon, be still and know that I am God. The spring being tunneled from the outside of Jerusalem na hindi alam ng kalaban, yun yung naging confidence nila. Ngayon ito rin yung magiging confidence natin. Needing more than Zoom can offer. Diba? Needing more than Zoom can offer. Allowing us to reach out and connect with people in our communities in ways that previously felt risky and uncomfortable. Kaya dito nga, online tayo. Nasa online tayo. This is needing more than Zoom can offer. We have never been more connected virtually, but disconnected physically. Diba? That would seem fine. Diba? Hindi po tayo physically connected ngayon. We are disconnected physically. But this would seem fine. Heading into a pandemic which asks us to exist primarily online, kaya nga naka-online po tayo, but technology's pinnacle moment has only made more acute our need for human connection. Biology demands more than Zoom can offer. Diba? Hindi po yung mga kasamahan ko mga sa CCCPC, sabi nila pagbawal na lahat, huwag lang sana yung church gathering, diba? Pero sabi ko naman, maghintay lang po tayo. Huwag po tayong maging pasaway. Okay? So, ito po yung mass awareness and mass eagerness natin of re-neighboring. Diba? Kasi, Ito po sinasabi, present po ng pandemic na ito na kailangan po natin ang bawat isa. To take good care of, to edify one another, to build each other up. Diba? So biology demands more than Zoom can offer. Our greatest insurance policy for getting through a crisis is each other. Diba? Ito po yung greatest insurance policy natin. Na kahit ano pong hard time na pupuntahan natin at nangyayari sa buhay natin, we have this courage and confidence because we have each other. So my dear Christians, take hope and take confidence because by heart and by spirit, I am with you. By heart and by spirit, you are with me. Diba? This is our greatest insurance policy for getting through a crisis because we have each other. But we have to pay premiums of time and intention. Diba? Yung insurance policy na yon, kailangan bayaran natin ng oras natin. So stay tuned with us. Stay tuned on your FB Live or YouTube channel na pinapanood to in order for us to reconnect ourselves so that we can take good care of each one, of one another. And your intention. The premium is your time and your intention. You must intend to come online and being cared of the words of God. Diba? Ito po yung nawawala. Diba? It took a pandemic and the common purpose of protecting each other to see our interdependence. Ito po yung present ni COVID-19 sa atin. That we are interdependence. O nga, namimiss ko na yung church. But we need to wait. We need to intend to wait. Diba? Until this crisis will go away or will be defeated. But this pandemic and its common purpose of protecting each other to see our interdependence. We are interdependence. Diba? We are interdependence. Kaya nga the government nakagawa sila ng isang agency na interagency task force because we are interdependent. The DOH cannot do it alone. Diba? The AFP and the PNP cannot do it alone. The LGU and the city government and the national government cannot do it alone. We must join hands to care for one another, protecting each other so that we see our interdependence. Number 3, this COVID-19 presents us on how we define our future. Defining the future. Sabi nga ni Queen Elizabeth II says, I hope in the years to come, everyone will be able to take pride in how they responded to this challenge, the COVID-19 challenge. And those who come after us will say that this generation were as strong as any, that the attributes of self-discipline, quiet, good humor, resolve, and of fellow feeling still characterize our community. She said, adding, the pride in who we are is not a part of our past. It defines our present and our future. Yun po yung napakagandang sabi ni Queen Elizabeth II during her speech in England. Sabi niya, during her encouragement of the pandemic, the pride in who we are is not a part of our past. It defines our present and our future. As COVID-19 cases continue to rise, the devastating effect of mass job losses, diba? Economy tumble down, increases in domestic violence, the prospect of even more widespread mental health problems, the isolation and abandonment of older people as they die alone will become more visible. Many people will find power in being connected. Many people will find power being connected, interconnected with each other. Though we are online connected, in knowing who live next door and caring who suffers more than collective chaos comes. Being cared for comes. Caring for one another comes. hoping and remembering one another counts. In 2018, researcher led by Julia Rohrer, a candidate at the Max Planck Institute, published research including a large study of Germans who said they were committed to trying to become happier. The twist was that some had pursued self-improvement goals such as getting a new job or making more money, while others spending more time with friends and families. A year later, the researcher found those who focused on connecting more with others were happier than those who pursued self-improvement. Ito po yung research nila 2018. Di ba? Isang grupo nag-focus on making money, making new jobs. Isang grupo try to spend more time with people and family. At kung sinong grupo ang lalabas na mas happy. And after a year later, the researcher found those who focus connecting more with people, with others, were happier than those who pursued self-improvement. During these times of crisis, we need to look for other people. We need to find our joy on helping other people. We need to find our moments and our ministry and our responsibility on helping one another. Not all pursuits of happiness are equally successful and corroborate the greatest importance of social relationships for human being is taking good care for friends and families and other people. When in the memory of humanity, we are making history. In the memory of humanity, have the people of all nations ever felt themselves so united, so equal, so less in conflict that at this moment of pain, we are more united, less in conflict during this moment of pain. Sabi po yan ni Father Raniero Cantalamessa. Totoo po yun. During this moment of pain, we are more united. We are more so equal and less in conflict. Ito po yung binigay ni COVID-19 pandemic. We are making history. And this will be a memory in humanity. That we are the people of all nations, so united, so equal, so less in conflict to fight against this COVID-19 pandemic. The message for us here is taking good care of one another, preserving one another, and helping one another, making your neighbor, knowing your neighbor, and bringing up your neighbor. Sabi nga sa text natin, He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will fear not. We have no fear. That is the comfort of God. So as a channel for that comfort of God, it is my responsibility and my ministry and my mission to take good care of you through His words. And please make time. This is our ito po yung insurance policy po natin. Diba? Our greatest insurance policy for getting through a crisis is each other. I have you, so I can face this challenge. You have me, so we can face both these challenges. But the premium is time and intention. Intention to come near to God with fellow Christians. Intention to come near to God with other people. May God bless us as we continue to finish this quarantine, and we will be victorious. Help the government, help our frontliners, and pray for them. Be spiritual frontliners. If you cannot help outside, stay home and be a spiritual frontliners and pray for one another, taking good care for one another. Happy Sunday to all, and may God bless each and every one of us. Good morning.